Hello, beloved. It's that time, generally weekly, when we do some sacred reading together. And it may feel loosely like together because we're not interacting directly. I'm reading the text, you're listening. You have the opportunity to respond in the way that you do, but I feel like Spirit connects us in the same way that Spirit is reflected to us in the way that we hear the text, based on where we are. Much in the same way that when we see beauty in the world, it's a reflection more about who we are than the beauty itself. It's the same true when we read the text. When we read the text, what most needs to rise up for us, what Spirit may be trying to speak to us in subtle ways, rises in other places. So as we take a look at the text today, we're looking at 1 John chapter 3, beginning with verse 10 and ending with verse 13. Sacred reading, Lectio Divina in Latin, is an opportunity to let a word, image, or phrase rise up in us. That's perhaps a way of communicating what Spirit may need us to know in this moment, may want us to know, what might be hidden within us but needs to rise up so that we can face it, be encouraged by it, be potentially chastised by it, invited to see the world in a new way by it. All those things are possible in the text if we listen with the ears of our heart. Lectio Divina, or sacred reading, is taking a sacred text in small snippets, reading it. I prefer aloud because it engages the whole body, reading it over several times and listening for what echoes, what brings out some level of truth in us relative to where we are right now. We could read the same text every single day for 4 or 5 days, and where we are in that day may shape what we need to hear from the exact same text. I don't know if you've ever come back to a sacred text another time and heard something new or fresh because you needed it in that moment. That's what sacred reading is. So let's turn together, catch our breath. You can close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so, and listen with the ears of your heart as well as the ears of your head for what may be spoken to you in the text I'm about to read. I will pause after I read it. You'll have the opportunity to just stop the text, stop the video if you want to, and just reflect on what it says to you. But if you hang on longer than that, you can also hear my own reflection of what called out to me. In an abbreviated form, I only read it once aloud when we do this together. But I encourage you, if you do it on your own, to read it aloud 3 times with a pause between, so that you might hear and have affirmed what it may be saying to you. So, listen with me for a word from the Lord. There is a clear difference between Creator's children and the children of the evil trickster. The ones who do not walk in a good way do not belong to Creator, nor do those who do not love the sacred family. The message you heard from beginning was that we should love one another. Do not be like Cain, who gave himself to the ways of the evil trickster and killed his own brother. Why did he kill him? Because what Abel was doing, because what Cain was doing was wrong, and what his brother was doing was right. And then, my much loved family members, do not be surprised if the world hates you. I'm going to violate my rule. I'm going to read it again. It's not really a rule. I'm going to read it again because I got caught up in the middle of it with a word. So listen again for a word from the Lord. There is a clear difference between Creator's children and the children of the evil trickster. The ones who do not walk in the good way do not belong to Creator, nor do those who do not love the sacred family. The message you heard from the beginning was that we should love each other. Do not be like Cain, who gave himself to the ways of the evil trickster and killed his own brother. Why did he kill him? Because what Cain was doing was wrong, and what his brother was doing was right. So then, my much-loved family members, do not be surprised if the world hates you. As I listen to the text, what I hear is more of an image of the struggle to follow the path of love over the path of the trickster, the one that this particular version calls the trickster. Our path of Creator's children, is the path of love. The path of hate is not the path of Creator's children. And this text reminds us of one of the earliest biblical stories of the struggle between two brothers, Cain and Abel, and how Cain was so distraught and hateful toward his brother Abel that he killed him. And he tells us that we need to practice love, not hate. That's what I hear when I listen. You know, I realize how much easier it is sometimes to hate, because love takes so much understanding and self-reflection. My inability to love someone else is not about them. It's not about their behavior. It's not about their moral standing, whatever I may think about those things. My ability to love them is my ability to get over myself and my own judgmental nature, my own limitations. My ability to love is lessened when I don't take time to clear away the specks in my eye, clear away the log in my eye, and note the specks in my siblings' eyes. The Creator's path is not an easy path. Anyone who told you different was a liar. The path is hard. It's hard to love. It sounds so easy, but it's so much more than warm, fuzzy feelings. It's actually engaging and acting, setting aside when we feel the hate rise up in us, and asking the question, why is hate rising in me? It's not about the other, it's about me. What is it in me that can't see to love the neighbor? Because that's the command, to love each other, to love the neighbor. So it invites self-reflection. It invites me to ask myself, where does my own hate come from? And how can I examine that hate and let it go in such ways that love can break through in the path that I follow. So for yourself, I don't know what you'll find here. If you've listened here all the way to the end, I hope you'll find whatever message Spirit may be speaking to you in the text. And remember, you're infinitely precious, unconditionally loved for the gift you already are. Go in peace until the